Let's start with a few figures because I think they are very telling. And I was reading that recently and I wanted to share it with you. So I was told that a company holds on average 10 petabytes of data, knowing that 1 petabyte is 1,000 terabytes, which is a fantastically high number. And this is comparable to over 12 million files. And if each file is a sheet of paper, you could go back and forth to the moon 3 times. So just putting things in perspective about the volume of data that companies are holding. So why are we speaking about data categorization and data mapping? Well, because we want to speak about a few tools that potentially companies should have on top of their mind to be sure that they know exactly what data they are sitting on top of. I think there's a wide range, definitely, of data. And it's kind of when you walk into a library, if you don't have a catalog and you don't know where all of your books are, then you're obviously missing out on exactly, the wealth of knowledge that you're able to share with people. Well, same thing with data. And, we often compare data to the new oil, where, oil, if not refined, is not usable. Well, same thing. Data, if not carefully managed, will not be used at its optimized fashion or way. So we are all very familiar with the concept of KYC, know your customer. And I thought KYD is another good one, know your data. And so why are we focusing on that? What would be the advantages of knowing your data? I think primarily twofold. One, it's kind of having your legal regulatory roadmap in place. The more you know exactly what data you have, in which categories you can place them, the more you'll be able to actually comply and know exactly which regulations laws will apply to your organization and how to go about implementing them. Of course, it's not just about the GDPR, the UK GDPR, it's about also the e-privacy, PACA, and other jurisdictions when you're working in international organizations, such as, for instance, in the US, HIPAA in relation to health data. It's also about data localization. Certain jurisdictions impose data localization, such as China. And then the other, obviously, thing we're all thinking about is monetization, efficiency. How do we go about producing long-term results? It's not just a short-term gain here. We also have a reputation to maintain. We also have some profits to be made and some customers that we want to keep. So here again, it's about not sitting on too much data, purging data, having your appropriate retention schedules, data retention. That's also key to an organization. So how do we go about being on top of all of that? That's also a question that we want to raise during this session. It's about also being well organized with your staff, the people that are actually looking at the data and how they could look even better after that data. But also it's about ESG and environmental friendly. How do you potentially reduce waste? Because the more data you store, the more energy you consume.